And first I would like to thank Dr. Chaim Sperber, Professor Michael Keren, and Boaz Cohen for organizing the conference, and to our respectable speakers from Israel and abroad. Ego documents are sometimes the only written material we can find in an era or in an important historical period of time. Such documents become really important because nothing else can give us information regarding occurrences that might affect our morality, our way of thinking, and our future. When I was a child, I was grown in an immigrant neighborhood in Binyamina, which today is considered a very luxurious and expensive place, but in those days, in the past, was a place that gathered Jews who came from Arab countries and Holocaust survivors from Europe. People were detected from their relatives, and some people, like my parents, came to Israel very young, at the age of 17, left their parents behind, and were torn with longing to them. People were connecting with the relatives only by sending letters, and my mother, who was educated in French, was asked by many of our neighbors to write letters in French to the relatives because French was the common language in Arab countries who were colonized by France. I must tell you that I was excited by the emotions reflected by the many people my mother was writing letters for. I am sure that if those letters could be found, they could shed light on a very difficult and interesting time of many of the immigrants to Israel at those times. I'm not aware of the amount of historical material written on those days, but I'm pretty sure that much of the occurrences documented by historians are not totally accurate, and I believe that if letters from those days could be found, we would be able to look at people and the occurrences on a wider and more accurate spectrum. I'm sure we are going to have an interesting and constructive conference. Thank you very much. And sorry again for not being able to stay. It seems like very interesting. And the last conference I stayed all along, but due to cause, so sorry again.
Thank you, Professor Ben David. I want to show something. This is a journal called Jewish Cultural History, Volume 24, Issue 2, 2023, which is comprised of 9 lectures that were given in our proceeding of Ego document. So, and I will talk about it at the end of it, because I hope that at least some of the lectures would become papers. And we have got in this volume 9 papers and my introduction that I discuss a bit about what are Ego documents, etc., etc. Now, a bit about the history of this workshop. We had 2. The first one was 2019, and we were at the beginning. So we had people coming talking about the Middle Ages and all parts of it, and it was very interesting, but we looked for a way how to do it. On the second one, it was during COVID, so it was online, and it was, even though we didn't see each other, it was very fruitful. In the first 2 conferences, we talked about Ego document in general, whatever, diaries, letters. This time, I decided we are going to concentrate on letters. And hopefully, there will be a 4th conference in 2 years' time, and I think that the issue would be diaries. So I think that diaries and letters, which are contemporary, are very important Ego documents. And I would like at the beginning, before we start, to think what is your idea. Did you follow this sense, and do you have any other proposals what to do on the next conference.